everybody, welcome back to another episode of Last Day on Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic day of the most amazing variety. Today, boom, we got a dope dive into some of the upcoming multiplayer locations that we can likely expect at the end of this month, because remember, Kafir is aiming to release a massive multiplayer update at the end of February. That was the initial aim, that was the goal, and with it, 4 new multiplayer locations in addition to multiplayer quests and a true taste of multiplayer, not whatever the hell's going on in Sector 7 right now. That's not even close to what we are about to be getting. And with that taken into account, what you guys are seeing right here is actually the post, and we're going to be looking through some images of upcoming multiplayer locations. So without further ado, after sorting stuff in new chests and visiting the carnival, it's just the time to have a little rest and check out what we are prepared for in the future. In today's owner development section, we are sharing a series of concepts of multiplayer locations. Enjoy, and then boom, we're gonna be going through these locations one by one, breaking them down, and also making some connections between the locations as well and what they might mean. So over here we are seeing what appears to be some sort of like separated little like miniature settlements or something like that. You guys could see that they appear to be kind of like little shanty houses. They appear to be a little bit built up where there is like actual structure to them and whatnot. Over in the bottom left hand corner, you can even see that there is what appears to be in that little conglomeration of buildings a little bit of like a gas tank or a gas container to store stuff, and we are seeing probably a total of like 4 or 5 different collections of this stuff, all centered around this little like water type area. We have the collection in the bottom left, we got the one obviously over there on the right. Over in the top right, you could catch a little bit of a whiff of one that's starting to get blurry, and then over in the top left you can actually catch 1/2 locations that kind of fit the bill, and these are all centered around some sort of body of water. So it's going to be interesting to see how water could potentially end up getting like incorporated into all of this, and if we might be able to actually like move through the water and how that will end up going. Boom, over here we have another location. This one seemingly some sort of A3, like sector A3 is what it might be called, because if you look over at the top of that giant gate, there's literally the letters A3. That is the only letters I see throughout the entirety of this place. But this appears to be a little bit more of a city and very urban type setting, which has me very excited, because this could be our very first taste into the city of Last Day on Earth that has been kind of like teased throughout like loading screens and those tip screens and whatnot. So we're probably seeing that kind of like through the gates. You could see what appears to be some sort of like building with like very tall pillars, kind of vaguely you could see in the back, and you could see a couple of people kind of starting to explore their way into that. And then this giant gate kind of feels a little bit similar to like a Sector 7 type wall, but it's called A3, so I wonder if it's called Sector like A3 or something like that, and there might be like multiple walls within the multiplayer section and how all that ends up playing out. So gonna be interesting to keep our eyes on that. Boom, what we are seeing here appears to be a little bit more of a location / concept art that is a little bit more natural. Over here we are seeing what appears to be an actual like camp kind of out in the wilderness. We can see again that body of water out in the back, meaning that this could be connected to that kind of like first screenshot we saw. It could be in the general vicinity, but this is where we are obviously seeing something surprisingly nice looking, because there's a tree that's probably the nicest thing we've seen in the entirety of the wrecked Sector 7 area, in addition to this little tent that's set up and this little survival getup whoever was living here has going. You can see like a pickaxe, a hatchet kind of scattered around throughout the camp, in addition to a sleeping bag, a little bit of gas right next to the tent, that kind of like green little cylinder kind of like to the left / right, like in front of the tent, a frying pan, a fire. So a little bit of just kind of like a general survivor location. Boom, over here continuing in the theme of tents and kind of being out in the wilderness. So I definitely think this one does connect to the one we just saw, given like there's kind of gonna be multiple kind of like distinct themes that we are seeing, and this one kind of continues that wilderness theme. It's got like that general tent feel, no like established structures or anything. It's definitely kind of like more out and about, and there's like some kind of interesting looking like radio tower or something in the background, in addition to what appears to be some kind of like a water tower right to the left of that giant radio tower. Obviously the massive tent in the middle sorry about the burp there, of this all, and then next to it like some crates and stuff that might be lootable, and then over on the left side, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what that is, but that might just be like some rocks and some random scrap, or maybe some sort of structure. It's kind of hard to tell exactly because it kind of like all blends together. But if there's anything that you guys are seeing out of this, or anything that you might be able to make out of that, or any of these images that we are going over, I'd absolutely love to hear about what you guys are seeing and what you think about these and how they might connect in that comment section down below. Definitely looking forward to it. And boom, here we have the final image. This one definitely connects to that city type structure area we saw, because, well, there's a freaking bus, a giant hole in the road. We can see what appears to be some lampposts over in the background, some more walled off sections, and in general it just kind of has that like urban industrial feel. So this and that kind of like other city screenshot we saw definitely connect together. There's obviously the two tent screenshots we saw, that not screenshots but concepts that kind of like tend to have that same general theme to them, and those could potentially be connecting to that kind of like multiple like structural outposts kind of like in the same image, that first image that we went over, since they have that kind of like body of water in common. Or that little like structural one could be its own thing, since I don't know, it doesn't like follow with the theme of like tents and whatnot and being truly out in the wilderness and stuff like that. But over here we are seeing what appears to be some power armor, and someone just, I don't know, like they're roaring over this giant hole. I don't think they made the hole, but I wonder if we might be able to dive into there and see what lies below, because it looks like the bus is diving into there trying to find out, but that bus ain't having a very fun time. But that is gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And for the info that we got out of these screenshots, go and let me know what you guys think about them in that comment section down below. Your guys' thoughts on what you are seeing out of these, how you think these might end up kind of playing into things, because the thing is, kind of like with those 2 to 3 distinct themes that we saw, like the tent theme, the potential like water connection to that tent theme, and if not, those kind of like little like ragtag buildings being like its own theme, and then like the urban slash city theme, that makes for 3 locations, 3 types of locations. And here's the thing, as we know, the multiplayer update is going to be adding 4 multiplayer locations, and we already know one of which is going to be some sort of a camp location right on the Sector 7 wall. So very interesting stuff to take into account. Let me know what you guys think. But as we are doing that, we are going to go ahead and start preparing for a raid today. We need to go out and say hello toodles to the blind beast in the bunker, so you know that we are well equipped to make that happen. Not just that, we're also well equipped to go ahead and pop open a ton of crates and maybe get ourselves a floppy disk for those types of shenanigans as well. And then after that, we are gonna go on everyone's favorite type of adventure. We, my friends, are gonna be going raiding and seeing who today's unlucky base, hopefully it's a lucky base for us, is going to be. And then we do also have that military convoy event over there. Maybe we'll make a pit stop off over there. We'll see how things end up playing out. But let me know what you guys think in that comment section down below. Definitely looking forward to it, and reminder that that comment is gonna put you 1/3 of the way into we get $12 iTunes Play Store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do as well is make sure to like button, make sure to subscribe. That'll enter you in on today's video. Y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single last day on Earth video. When Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video for the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and that would be the winner for the week. And we'll kick off a new weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. And today's bunker code is going to be 90887 at the time of me putting it in. If that's out of date by the time you're trying to put it in, make sure to check that comment section down below. Phone up to date version brought to you by the fan-freaking-tastic community here at the Snipe Gang. And if you are not seeing it down there, you, my friend, yes, you I am talking to, could be the fan-freaking-tastic lad or lassie to help out anyone who may be in need, because as you guys know, I always love just trying to be as helpful and fan-freaking-tastic as possible. And obviously, you know, I love like that our comment section can also be so useful, not just like with the discussion that we're doing. I'm excited about this discussion around this multiplayer stuff, because dude, there's some connections to be made with what is to be expected later in the month, especially since Kafir does tend to tease things that kind of have to do with more updates within the near future. And given we literally know that there's multiplayer update coming within, well, the end of the month, which is what they've said, that's the latest we have in terms of a release date on it, the end of February, that leaves a lot of potential for a lot of dopeness. So like I'm saying, I'm excited for that, but I love being able to like be helpful with like comments like the bunker code and stuff. And okay, not too shabby loot out of here today. What about you, Mr. Yellow Crate? Do you have something in store for me? Okay, I could get behind that. I've seen better, but I've seen worse. I do not mind. So we're gonna go ahead and equip our military armor. We're gonna save that set of SWAT armor. Actually, I'll just equip the SWAT armor because we should be able to get a set of SWAT armor out of the red ticket crate when we get the 10 red tickets from murdering the blind one. So let's bring a little bit of debt to the fast biters here and there, and let's make our way down into the depths of floor 3. But seriously, I always love having that type of discussion, spurring this discussion around all the stuff coming out, and after we break it down ourselves. And I love hearing your guys' input on things, your guys' thoughts on my thoughts, your guys' own original thoughts, because it really makes for this just awesome kind of like freaking think tank that gives us like a great look at what could very well be within that next update. And we're always doing this with all sorts of information, so make sure that notification bell is hit, because as soon as any new info comes out, we are always spreading it absolutely ASAP, not to mention breaking it down even further, such as we have today, and connecting it with information released in the past. Not to mention that the notification bell is a great way of staying up to date with every single new update coming to Last Day on Earth absolutely ASAP, because as soon as any type of new update comes out, we're diving headfirst into it and showing off every single thing that it has, regardless of how hard or how expensive it might be. You, the people, will know what is to come in said updates. And of course, that notification bell is a great way of staying up to date with every single video that y'all can enter on for that weekly giveaway, not to mention all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well, and all the dope murders of the exploders. Always fun to murder my buddy boy over here. First things first, dead to the spitter. Oh my god, I sent that arm flying. Sorry, Mr. Spitter's arm. I hate to do you like that, but it had to be done. It had to be done. And you, my exploding buddy, you are being a douche canoe, so I'm gonna hit you with the active skill mod, which will make him attack. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's back it up out of there, which will make him attack a little bit slower. Let's equip this pistol that we got here, and we got to be prepared, and hopefully we got enough firepower to take down the blind one when he decides to start doing his shenanigans. But let's go. Ooh, very good loot. Thank you, thank you. I much appreciate that. Let's continue our slice and dice shenanigans upon these spitters up until this machete decides to finally break, which hopefully we'll have enough firepower to take out the rest of the spitters in the way, so then we have like around a pistol and a half to take down the blind one, which should be right around that sweet spot that we are looking for. Let's go ahead and chow down on a little bit of that delicious jerky. But yeah, really looking forward to what you guys got to say, and I'm so freaking excited about that update, dudes. Oh my god, we're gonna be playing the bejesus out of Last Day on Earth when that comes. We might need to do a couple of double upload types of days too. Like, you guys do not understand, there's gonna probably be so much to do, and that's gonna just be like such a new situation, like real multiplayer with like going to zones, adventuring, doing quests, and hopefully being able to acquire some sorts of rewards for our efforts that maybe we'll be able to carry over into single player, that like we could trade with like what appears to be like we've gone over it in the past, like within that camp area that we know is going to be added within this update. There's what appears to be it resembles like a freaking trader, kind of like within like his own like section of the camp. Like he has this like own like little window that you could talk through. Maybe he'll be giving us quests, and maybe we'll get items in exchange for those quests, or maybe he'll just be like a dedicated trader, and maybe it'll be something beyond that. But like I'm saying, let me know what you guys think regarding all that type of jazz, and especially those multiplayer images that we went over today. What you think they could mean, how they connect together, what type of locations they could represent, and maybe, you know, which one seems like it might be the hardest zone. Personally, out of those locations, I would say that that kind of like urban industrial city type area, that would probably be the toughest cookie out of those all. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, just like this blind one. He is very easy peasy, dude. We should open up like a lemonade stand or something at this rate, because he's just gonna be dropping dead, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna hit him with a slowdown, and I wonder if that'll like make his kind of like little area that he's in now actually last longer. It does not, but I'm not gonna let you eat any longer either, Mr. Blind One. Oh no, 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 not today. All that you get to do is hit me a couple of times, so then you could charge into a wall, get knocked unconscious for a couple of seconds with a little bit of that CTE, and I could fill your brain up with the bullets brought to you by the fan-freaking-tastic weapon known as Pistol Drizzle. God dang it, he's gonna get a couple more hits off here on us as well. And hopefully you guys go ahead and check out dlive.tv/Starsnipe, link at the very tippity top or near the top of the description and pinned comment. As this video is going live, we are going to be streaming some Last Day on Earth over there, in addition to some other games later on. So hopefully I see you guys over there. Going to be a ton of fun. Our last Day on Earth stream over there was the tactical backpack giveaway that we managed to do in collaboration with Kafir. And again, huge congrats to those who did win that giveaway. It was so awesome being able to like do that in collaboration with Kafir, and, you know, give back to such a fan-freaking-tastic community like you guys. And hopefully I see some of you guys over at that whatchamacall. Okay, I'm just gonna shoot this guy till he dies. Yeah, there we go. Hey, we got a level up too. Let's go ahead and apply that bad boy, and more copper mining it is, I suppose. But most important of all, let's go and collect some of these red tickets that we got awaiting us, and well, let's make our way up towards that raid because our quest, sorry about the burp there, has just been completed. But yeah, dlive.tv/Starsnipe, link at or near the top of the description and pinned comment. Hope to see you guys over there. Gonna be a ton of fun streaming with y'all. Make sure that while you're over there, hit that follow button and make sure you have the iOS or Android app, because then you can actually go into your DLive settings and enable notifications, so you guys actually know when we are live. But we're streaming 6 p.m. Central Time, which might be like a different time zone for you, but 6 p.m. Central Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all the time, and then Saturday around 1 p.m. Central Time. Usually the weekend stream might be a bit more flexible on time, and we actually got some pretty cool events coming up that I can't announce, but we got some very, very special Saturday streams coming up in collaboration with some very dope folks. But all right, let's go ahead and turn these things in, and guys and gals, I believe that the floppy disk is ours. Unfortunately, we are not going to be claiming that bad boy today. That is going to be an adventure for another day. Today, we are going to be claiming the red ticket crate and crossing our fingers. Come on, baby. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Give me the goods, give me the goods, give me the goods. Whack. I'm not gonna say whack, but I've definitely had better. Don't get me wrong. I love the guns that we got out of this. I love the engine parts. I love the precious metals and heals as well, because, well, we definitely lost a good amount of heals towards today's shenanigans. But unfortunately, we did not get the C4 that I am always hoping for when we bust this bad boy open. But let's just go ahead and fill up our inventory as well as we can with some of this loot, and I'll go ahead and actually bring home a couple of these sets over there as well. And why don't we bring home the iron, and then just really quickly to make sure that we're not leaving anything behind, let's hit take all throughout the rest of these, and then we can just kind of fill up our inventory with anything that does stack. And actually, boop, I'll go ahead and replace you with the better durability counterpart that we got out of the green crate. But I don't know, man, we got some awesome stuff in store, like I'm saying, for some of those upcoming streams. And obviously every time we're streaming is always a fun time. Love hanging out with you guys, love being able to chill in like a more kind of like intimate environment where it's like, I don't know, usually like it's not as crazy in chat, you know, like it's not like the freaking tactical backpack stream. For those of y'all that made it over to that, chat was absolutely crazy during that. We had over 1,000 people watching, which is insane. Thank you guys so much for that. And ooh, Mr. Chopper, I may visit you a little bit later, my friend, because usually the Chopper event will pop up 3 times before it stops popping up for the day. So we still got plenty of opportunity to find him. I want to focus on this raid that we have in store for today, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff away and talk to y'all in a sec. And after we go ahead and apply this modification over here, our usual setup for our wonderful pistols, we are as prepared as need be for today's raiding shenanigans. Let's simply talk to our raiding brethren over here, and there will be a raid coming our way, and there will be a chopper going towards the raid as soon as we craft up the materials that we are going to be utilizing throughout today as well. Let's just go ahead and utilize all the hatchets that we humanly can. And once these bad boys are crafted up, we should, in addition to what we have here in the back, have more than enough to be able to break into whatever lies between us and the loot of the base. Because if it takes more than 3 C4 to break into whatever base we're breaking into, we got problems. Because if it takes 4 C4, that means we'd have to make a ridiculous amount of noise just to get to the good part of wherever we're going. So player 7461, your time has come. Oh baby, without further ado, let's begin today's process of breaking and entering, and most importantly, looting. Mr. Player, what do you have in store for me today? He's got rocks. All right, that's always a promising start. He's got steel. Oh, okie dokie. Well, it appears we have come across a base of the steel variety. Always a not pleasant surprise. Ooh. But it is a promising one, given the fact that there is a witch chilling right over there. It does not appear like there's any weak points, except, oh, we got a pine log there. Nice. Does not look like there's any weak points, at least from the exterior, to get into the steel portion of his base. So let's try and see if maybe we'll be able to unveil another portion of his base that might have a vulnerable area. I don't know. Knock, knock. It's party o'clock. What's up, my dude? Do you have anything good within? Oh, okay. Okay, he's got some chests, and he has no way of getting into the steel part of his base. Hey, at least we got 7 chests over here. Let's cross our fingers that at least one of them has something semi-decent. Like, we're getting some kind of okay armor here. We got a ton of zombies to go ahead and shoot on up as well. Let's hit him with the... Oh, what? I hit the skill ability and it didn't register? Dude, that's the one thing I hate. Sometimes if you move too quickly after using an active skill, it will count as you having used that active skill, but it will not actually go through. So a little bit salty about that. Let's hit that fellow with the slow-mo, and let's hit this fellow with a ton of the pistol, a drizzle. And hey, we got to level up as well. I actually went ahead and used some survivor diaries we had stashed up back at home, and dude, we're just destined to be copper miners. I think that's the moral of the story. Also, part of the moral of the story is hopefully we'll get another weapon, because we do have a free slot here, an extra slot for loot, which is always gonna be good. You might be wondering, Staw, what about the tactical backpack? So as you guys recall, we did receive this tactical backpack as a part of us being able to host that giveaway of 5 tactical backpacks and associated goods to you guys. And I actually asked you guys during the last episode, like, hey, do you guys think we should continue using it or whatnot? And because, like, you know, I do feel bad about using it, since like it's almost impossible to attain outside of like the giveaways and stuff like that. So, but you guys seem to like really support me utilizing it and showing it off. So, I mean, if you guys like I'm saying, let your voices be heard in that comment section down below. I'm always a man of the people. If you don't want to see this being used too much, feel free to let me know. But I mean, like, you guys seem to say that like don't use it all the time, but use it sometimes. So I think that's what we'll do. Like, you guys seem to say like never take it to an area where you could risk losing it. Like, for example, randomly generated zones where it's always a risk of you die over there, you're not getting your stuff back. So like I'm saying, let your voices be heard. I'm always a man of the people, and whatever you guys think our course of action should be with utilizing the tactical backpack moving forward, like I'm saying, let me know, in addition to that super dopeness around okie dokie around what we're getting today. And by the way, this raid isn't shaping up to be too shabby. It did cost 1 C4. We're not getting anything super insane yet, but we got some very promising entities, because this stack of flash drives, we're probably getting multiple electronic circuits out of that. This stack of batteries, we're probably getting multiple copper bars out of that. So already, it's better than meets the eye once you take in. Oh, baby. Okay, I could take some of these things, and I think there should be, oh, zombies aren't attacking us yet. We still got a little bit of time. Yeah, it's like got a lot of good recycler loot. I think that's the type of raid that this one's shaping up to be, and some other things here or there that we might be able to take home that aren't super amazing, but still better than nothing. But yeah, this is why your recycler is always important, guys and gals, because even when you go out and raid, sometimes it could be the difference between a good raid and a great raid. Or in this case, like, if it wasn't for the recyclable goods, this base would be pretty meh outside of some of those like valuable materials we found in the form of steel, aluminum, things like that. But I mean, honestly, the fact that we're going to be able to recycle a lot of this and gain other valuable resources is kind of starting to redeem it a little bit. It's not the best raid in the world, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as I anticipated it being, which is kind of pretty nice. Because honestly, as soon as I saw that that room was the only room we could get into, and there was a giant steel section to this base as well, I got a little bit worried. But not gonna lie, I'm not too concerned anymore. Although maybe we've broken through all the best chests and everything else is gonna be poop. So time will tell. We still have what, 3 more chests to get into. So without further ado, bada bing and bada boom. What's within this one? Okay, yeah, some hydration. My hydration nation, take a sip of that water. In case you got some of that water nearby, I don't want you being dehydrated. I'm here, being the voice in your head and or earbuds to tell you, that you should definitely be hydrating me, muchachos. And I'm gonna leave that oak behind. That one's kind of meh, but not too shabby otherwise. And let's see what the final chest of this base has in store for us. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Ooh, okie dokie. This, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the conventional, stereotypical good raid, but we've gotten a lot of relatively valuable resources out of this. And I am a camper. of the happy variety. So first things first, we want to put the most valuable things away since the raiders will be asking for their fair share of loot. So let's make sure that we put away all sorts of valuable metals. I'll probably put away some of that too. And the electronic circuit, they're going to value highly. So we'll make sure that that stuff's put away. This other stuff, so be it. You know, we also may end up getting rid of... I'm gonna chow down on the rest of this. Never mind, I can't chow down on the rest of that jerky. We might end up getting rid of some of these iron hatchets too, because some of the loot that we are pulling instead of the iron hatchets is definitely a 2 thumbs up. Very nice. So, I mean, yeah, definitely a set of SWAT armor. No complaints here. Another pistola. Yes, sir. Goodbye, meat. I will take a stack of batteries over 10 flash drives because the stack of batteries, well, this thing gives us a chance at electronic circuits instead of that. And the batteries give us a chance at specifically copper, which is a precious metal, which is good. Because that means if we get more copper out of this raid just keeps on getting better and better. But outside of that, nothing too intense that we are missing out on. There's like some sets of armor. We got, I do want to pick these up too, I'm not gonna lie. So goodbye to you, and hello game. All right, calm down there, Tiger. And goodbye to you. I might go ahead, ditch some of the gold. I don't really need the gold as much. Pick up some of these claw hammers since we could use those for melee weapon modifications. I got a fair amount of green tickets, but you know, I got so many band-aids at home. I'm starting to run a little bit low on green tickets. We had like a pretty big stockpile we've been eating through ever since, like, we had a couple of raids back in the day where we literally were just loaded up on green and yellow tickets. We were never able to load up on the reds, but hey, all in all, I'm pretty happy. Ooh, wait. We get to have one more stack of stuff, and it could be the bauxite and the aluminum that we'll get out of that, and I think that might be the move. Or, I have a ton of aluminum at home. Another saw blade mace. Never hurt the cause. So I think that's going to be what we're going to try and get out of here with. But with that said and with that done, that's going to start bringing an end to this episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Can't wait to hear what y'all got to say in that comment section down below about all those locations that we were going over. Best of luck in the $25 iTunes/Play Store gift card giveaway. Best of luck to you guys and gals getting the chopper gas tank and joining the chopper squadron. Best of luck being your pup, getting the true friend perk, leveling up your own perks and skills, not to mention finding the very best blueprints and building up the very best attachments for the very best weapons that you got. Best of luck building up your base, going out on the dopest of raids, defeating all the bosses that the game has to throw at you, getting past the multiplayer wall, and most important of all, having yourselves an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic time all throughout. But that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves an awesome one. I'll talk to you next one. See ya.